that shit off before I get nailed on YouTube. Hey, this is Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop, and today I'm going to do a quick video. Well, I say quick, but it never turns out quick. A little bit of a history lesson. A lot of people ask the origins of the name Outlaw Speed Shop, what I do for a living, more about me. I like long walks on the beach and reading a good book by a fireplace, and no, none of that. I do like good books though. I hate the beach. I want to give a little bit of history about where I came from, what led me to do what I'm doing today, not only for the speed shop, but also for my personal work. I'm not going to go into my personal life. I'm sure midgets and Asian porn and all that stuff's not interesting, but it's probably more interesting than what I do. So let's give it a whirl here. Kind of go with a first person view. This is the shop where I work. As you can tell, it's snowing. I'm in New England and I feel like a janitor with all these frickin' keys. Hold on. All right. There we go. Unlock the door. It's kind of dark. I will turn a light on. Alrighty. All right. So this is the shop where I work on a daily basis. It's a little bit of everything. It's a big space, so we have a friend that does computer recycling, so he takes that half, and then we work out of this half. And what is it that we do? Well, we rebuild machinery. Actually, it's an electrical company, so I'm not a licensed electrician, but I've been doing it since 2006. But mainly I'm here for control panels and machinery rebuilds. And we also work on cars as a hobby. So I've got a El Camino that's what I'm here for today, is to put the floors in. We started it last weekend. So we got a Bricklin, Corvette, another Bricklin, and an Oldsmobile. So that's kind of what we do as a hobby. Obviously, we took it a little extreme with the lift. Excuse me. But this is also where I detail cars. When the weather is warmer, I detail cars on the weekends just to make money for crack. No, I use it for the hobby and for spending money on vacations. Not that I take any, but I usually use a spot down there. And what is machinery? Well, machinery is for the wire and cable industry. That's kind of our niche. And think Cat 5 cable, coax, anything like that. Those type of machines that make that stuff, that's what we do. These are like tape stands that tape goes, long story. But anyway, we have some equipment. Most of it we outsource. I got a lathe from the 60s, which works outstanding. Bridgeports, stuff like that. And this is my little workshop area. Get the light to turn. There we go. So this is where I'll build control panels. I've got a couple over there. I got a couple I got to start. But anyways, to get to this point, we have to go back to the beginning. So let's do that now. The year was 1970. We were in the middle of the Vietnam War. My dad was stationed in Denison, Texas, where I was born. And when we moved back up here, he started me early. That is an actual picture of me drinking a Schlitz. And here is me, my first foray into cars. I still have the same legs. Fast forward to the awkward years. In 87, 88, I really got bit with the bug, and I got a Chevelle, 72 Chevelle, Aztec Gold. I ended up rebuilding it. It went through a couple stages because I racked it once or twice. Started with gunmetal silver, and I dropped a 400 in it. And after hitting a wall, I rebuilt it and painted it Cranberry Super Sport Red. After a few speeding incidents, I decided to join the Army to avoid some jail time. So anyways, I went to El Paso, Texas, and then Huntsville, Alabama, where I got trained on the Avenger weapon system. And I can't talk about that. But anyways, it was a pretty cool gig. When I got out, I was a little awkward. I didn't know what to do. We decided to start a speed shop. This is actual footage. We decided to put some burnout marks on the ground before we sealed the floor. So we got together with some guys and a lot of alcohol, and we decided to do burnouts inside the building. Highly not recommended for children under the age of 12, probably. So it was a pretty decent spot. That's my dad's 32. And we had a great run. It was a real store. I mean, we had hot rod and speed parts. We didn't do much with trucks. We'd started selling parts, and then we started building cars. There's my 53 pickup that we were building, the obligatory Hooters shot. And it was a great time. There's my Nova, which is what I owned at the time when we had the speed shop. But with the advent, a little George Barris glamour shot, with the advent of the internet and everything else, it was very hard to compete. Price-wise, we were great, but it was just one of those things. It was really hard to do, and we started building cars, which was great up until 2008 when shit hit the fan with the economy. So we ended up deciding to go to, we ended up downsizing to a smaller location and not building cars at that point and just doing parts again, pretty much back to our roots of what we started with. And that kind of stayed going off and on until like 2011, 2012, and it started petering out. So, I mean, we had a good 10-year run. It was just one of those things that it was just so hard to do in a bad economy. Nobody was spending money on their hot rods and everything, and we tried to outlast the downturn and the recession. It beat us. And I always kept the name alive. It's something that I wanted to do. Technically, we were Outlaw Speed Shop, Outlaw Motorsports, but I changed it to Outlaw Speed Shop. Then in October, I uploaded my very first video. And the reason I did this was more for my own. I needed to do something with cars. I had 3 girls at home. I got one that lives in, in Kentucky. I pretty much put cars on the back burner for a while. I mean, I've always owned cars. I've always bought them and sold them. I've got an addiction. But as far as working on them, I just didn't have the time. And I didn't really have the money to put in or to really make it worthwhile. So I hunted around, and finally it just kind of hit me. Let's try this. I had looked at Hot Wheels as customizing probably about 10 years ago, when I think I saw it on a web forum. There wasn't even social media back then, and it's just something I fell in love with, but didn't have the time or the space to do it at that point. So I decided to go forward and give it a shot, and I figured I would start recording it, and it's kind of turned into what it is now. It's just one of those things I do. I work as an electrician. I do control panels, and it's just a way to come home and unwind, and I figured I'd document that process, and it's kind of taken off from there. Not that I'm killing it by any way, shape, or form, but I enjoy doing it. I do it to de-stress, and I know a lot of people do it for that reason as well, and hope to inspire others to pick up the hobby and find a way to get away from life for an hour a night or whatever it is that they do down in the basement. And I'm hoping that I know for a fact a lot of people have messaged me that's why. They've started doing this hobby because they watched a video, whether it be mine or somebody else's. And that's a good feeling. So as long as I can keep doing that, I'm going to keep doing this. So that was a fun trip down memory lane. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of an insight into who I am and I don't know, just answer some questions, I guess. Hopefully that will, I don't know. I really don't know. I just felt like doing this video. So, again, it was more to answer everybody's questions because I'm constantly answering questions about where'd the name come from and all this other crap. So that's it for now. I will catch you on the next one.